Hello, everyone. Hello. You are watching Energy Alignment Show, and I am Beatrice. I'm one of your hosts today. I am looking at the other. Oh, hold on, because I had to click a button. I don't know if I was recorded because I didn't click a button. So I'll let you say hello as well, and then I'm getting back to my speech.
Hello, you gorgeous souls. Fabulous to be here with the amazing Beatrice and to our Energy Alignment Show. What are we talking about today, Beatrice?
Oh gosh, today we're going to talk about ego and integrity. And as you all know, we are here to chat, to give tips, guidance, and suggestion on how to look at the energy we are made of and part of. We have an integrative approach, and we also would like you to participate in whichever way you feel. Please feel free to drop your questions in the comments if you are on Facebook, or if you're joining us on Zoom, in the chat box. So we're gonna pick them and answer them either during the show, the chat, or at the end. So the topic, ego and integrity. I mean, there are actually two topics.
I have to admit, Beatrice, I had to look it up because when I saw the title Ego and Integrity, I thought integrity, yes, I understand that. Ego, well, that's when you have a big head, isn't it? That's when you think too much of yourself, was my initial thought. But I looked it up, and it said the definition I found was ego is the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. So I thought, that's quite interesting. It helps us decide, the reality and that sort of thing. That's not what I thought ego was. What was your thoughts?
Well, I had a lot of thoughts before I've learned a little bit more about ego, but without going into too much detail or specialized details about ego, I have to say that human design approach is to look at the ego from your heart. So it's all about the energy, because why we are talking about this, we are impacted by these nuances of energy about that relates with ego and with integrity, and many more nuances in between these two during these days, because last night the sun moved into the gate 26 from human design point of view, and that's the ego gate, ego or ego, it's a construct of our mind, but the energy that supports this construct comes from our heart, from the will center, from the heart center or the willpower center, and it's called the ego center as well. I mean, this is a very interesting approach, the human design approach, because kind of like differs from that concept of it's in our mind. So it is our mind, and we perceive it's in our mind because we might not be in true vibration with our hearts.
I totally understand that. So it sounds like I must just pick on something totally unconnected now, because you said that the sun's just moved into the ego gate. The sun moves around quite a lot. So does the human design change quite a lot as well then?
Well, again, so I have to put it right. Yes, if we look from the person position on the earth, it looks like the sun moves around, but it's the other way around. We all know. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's been a long time since I went to school, Beatrice.
I know you know, but I really want to be, for everyone to who listen to us to be clear. Yeah. So we perceive that the sun is moving around, and I've seen Paige join us. Hello, Paige. Feel free to. Oh, hi, lovely to see you. So yes, it moves in 365 days in 1 year cycle, it goes through 64 gates. So there are various nuances of energies. So we feel them in our emotional layer, in our mental layer, in our body, physical layer, because we have more layers as we started to kind of understand the substructure of who we are. And yes, they are placed in different parts of the body by human design knowledge. And this time, for 5 days, for 5.7 days, we are impacted by this energy that it's in relation to our ego and affects our integrity.
Wow. Okay, then. So it affects our integrity. Now, to me, integrity is all about trust. But again, I looked that one up. So integrity is the practice of being honest. So trust, yeah. And showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong morale and ethical principles and values. So honesty, integrity, trust, I loop them all together. What do you say, Beatrice? Are they all looped together, or are they all different in the human design world?
Well, integrity, it's when I've learned about this, I was absolutely blown away, because it really felt, I mean, it just felt right and clear for me. My teacher, Karen Parker, teaches, she says that there are 6 types of integrity, and just think a little bit. Yeah, so she talks about there is a mnemonic there, which is a prime. So she talks about physical integrity. Yeah. Okay. And if you are not in your physical integrity, yeah, if you're not whole and you're not healthy and you're not vital, you're kind of not able to function, isn't it? So the first aspect is to kind of like, see, am I right? And I know we were in this last couple of years, we are quite hit by not being in alignment with our physical integrity. I'm talking about the most of us. But this is one of the aspects of the integrity. Then there is another one. There are 5. Did I mention 6? I don't know why I wrote 6, because there are only 5. I said 6. There are 5. Only probably thinking of gate 26. The second one is the resource integrity, and that is related to having the resources, the tangible resources and the goods you need to stay sustainable, to live. It's about the food, it's about the clothing, it's about the shelter, it's about the physical aspect, the physical resources, isn't it? And I have to add here that aspect that we all know it's better to share from your overflow, because when you are in lack of whatever resource and you try to share, that kind of like cuts the branch from under you, rather than, and it will affect you and the person you want to support or to share with. I think this kind of like basic I don't find the right word here. Common sense, isn't it? Bottom line.
Yes, common sense. Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. So we've got physical and resources. So what's the I? The I of integrity? Because you said it was prime, the mnemonic, didn't you?
Yeah. The I is something that it's quite a challenge for most of us, especially for those who are in a process of transformation. And I mean the innate transformation, interior, spiritual or whatever. It's the identity integrity.
Oh.
Because I don't know you, but for me, moving from a life where I used to define myself by my job into a life where I I started to define myself by my qualities, but by my gifts, and by my what I can share, and what I can create. That's a huge difference. And honestly, the path wasn't very smooth, isn't it? I mean, the ego created a lot of, I mean, a huge structure. So the mind, which is perfectly fine, that tries to support and to make things easier for us, create structures, but then we might get lost in those structures of our egos.
Do you know, whilst you've been talking, what's gone through my mind is a teenager. So a teenager goes through so much in so many ways during their teenage years. So they're changing physically, their resources, they want their own stuff rather than what mum and dad have bought them. Their internal and linked to the ego, because, you know, you think, well, I know it all because I'm a teenager and I'm old now and I know everything. And there's all sorts of conflicts going on. So no wonder they're all over the place with their emotions and their, you know, their moods and everything else. It's all happening for them at that time, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I just got chills now because yeah, you just took me back when I was in that phase, and I felt totally misunderstood. And it's, I mean, we all move through that. I mean, it's, and human design comes to explain how each individual goes through it, because being different, being imprinted in a unique way, we come across these challenges in different ways.
Yeah, 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 definitely. I mean, it's not just teenagers, as you just said. It comes through at various times throughout our life, when we're changing, when we're transforming. You know, just moving from working to not working can be a transformation.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a spiritual change, does it?
Absolutely, but this is related. So the identity integrity is related to your true, your authentic self. So here the value of authenticity comes in, you know, on stage too, because even if we try to do something different, if we try to do it as someone else, not as ourselves, that's not going to take us out of that void, as we move through the transformation, or from that space that we don't know who we are anymore, So it's very, very important to, that's why I said this is quite deep topic about identity integrity, because I I would have thought of this aspect of integrity before I came across this information, isn't it? I mean, it's quite a food for thought.
Definitely. And I'm just thinking about that. A lot of people who know me will know I'm a big Tony Robbins fan, and he'll get you, one of the things that he does from the stage is gets you to stand how Superman would stand, and all of this sort of thing. So there is a benefit of taking on somebody else's persona for a period of time to see what it feels like, but you've still got to change inside you, haven't you? You can't just put that overcoat on and keep it there forever. You've got to change inside, and this is what the human design is all about, isn't it?
It's kind of like coming back to who you are designed to be, actually. Yeah, we perceive it as a change because we are probably brought up in totally conditioned environment. We all are. Yeah.
And what's the M then? So
the M is related to what you've already talked about. It's the moral integrity. So acting in alignment with the higher principles and your values. So this is how we first perceive the integrity. It's kind of like, trust or moral integrity.
Right and wrong, isn't it? It's what it isn't acceptable, and we don't all go around doing bad things because there's that moral integrity, isn't there?
Yeah.
No, that's very good. That's very good. Okay, then. So, what's the E?
The E is in energetic integrity,
Ooh.
because well, this is our prime resource, but it's not a material one yet. We can feel it, we can't see it, isn't it? But we can feel when we are tired. And it's about taking the actions that are necessary to sustain our energy. And it's very much about understanding what the mind is doing there with creating the egos, which, the ego is, we perceive ourselves in a way, yeah, and it's perfectly healthy. This is how our brain is functioning, a physical brain. But that creates this perception that we have in our mind, and sometimes our perceptions are, I'm not even going to say right or not right, because that's not the point. They are not harmonized, they are not synchronized with who we truly are.
Mm-hmm.
And all the discordance come from there, all the misalignment comes from it, all that translated into negative emotions, physical pain, or mental chatter, on anxiety, or concrete symptoms of that discordance or incoherence, if you want.
So, that's really interesting listening to what you're saying, because if you'd have met me 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, and you spoke to me about energy, I would have said that you were talking poppycock type of thing. But I'm now an evolved soul. I've been on the journey and I've learned a lot more and realized that there's a much more to life than whether you do or don't do a good job at the corporate world. So I've lost my train of thought now as to what I was going to say.
10 years ago.
Energy.
Mm-hmm.
So energy, even if we're not conscious of it, still affects us, I think is what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. No, and then you link it to the sun, you link it to the moon, and all sorts is going on, isn't it? Getting perfect storms and all sorts going on.
Absolutely, all the celestial bodies are impacting us in one way or another, and we feel it. It's not a matter of we consciously feel it, but we do feel it. If you start to open up and be more aware of what's happening around you, you're going to start to feel it. And what is the most interesting thing is there are cycles. We live in cycles. Year cycles, daily cycles, monthly cycles, 12,000 year cycles. So we are in cycles, and when some cycles are coincide, we might feel it stronger. So these are aspects, and it's not necessarily, it's. I can see probably some have. Oh, this is astrology. Well, it's much more. It is astronomy. It is geometry. It's much more than this. And I think that science is kind of like catching up with a lot of aspects of what we knew inside of us and felt, but they were not proved. There were not scientific research done on them.
Yeah, most definitely. I've just spotted a comment from Paige, who's on the call with us, and she said that brain injury really added to embodiment disconnect for me, since I went from avoiding an emotional pain to avoiding physical pain. Sweetheart, it sounds like you've been through the mill, Angel, and it's good to see you upright. Then my mind is a different recovery level than on my body. Yeah, getting stuck in the expectations of normal function, how others see me. Well, it's lovely to have you with us, sweetheart. It really, really is. So thank you for joining us. Is there anything you want to add? I'll give you the opportunity.
Well, that my human design type is generator and quantum is alchemist. So I've been using that to really go deep, like with my my spiritual purpose being bringing divine inspiration into form, and my incarnation cross is Clarion. So that does line up with things.
Brilliant. Sounds like you're certainly on a spiritual journey there. Yeah, well done.
That's fantastic, Paige. And how are you now with connecting to your sacral as a generator?
It's gotten better.
It's getting better. Okay.
Yeah. Still a work in progress, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good
Hey,
indeed.
lovely to see you.
It is lovely. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. I have to say something here. Sorry. Did you want?
No, you go for it.
Related to the energetic integrity, because and what Paige make me think about. So the generators. This is one of the types. I'm not going to get into details about it, but our sacral. So this is what in energy alignment method we mean the hara. Yeah, the lower abdomen area. So our aura is created from there. It's an enveloping aura. So we kind of like bring, as a generator, I'm a generator as well. That's why I say we bring things. Our aura bring things in our outer reality. So and as the generators, we have, human design teaches us that we have an innate connection with our sacral, which definitely during our life has been conditioned. But there is a sound that our sacral makes. So when we are asked yes, exactly, yes and no question, it's a we tend to respond in this way. And when the kids, the generator kids, are doing this instinctually because this is their energetic type, well, usually parents, not knowing what it's all about, they said, well, I taught you to use words, be civilized, you've learned the words, use the words. But that might cause that connection to their sacral to be interrupted. So this is one of the main advice that's given in human design. So for the parents to let their kids to stay connected to their sacral, and for the adults to try to reconnect with their sacral, because that's a yes or no. That's a immediately would tell you that you like something or you want to go to enter in a situation, just listening to that. But that means that request that you already are aware, and notice when the mind interfered to tell you that you would be better to go to that because the other person said to do that, or I was taught to do that, or I've done in the past like that, and it's just a matter of training yourself again to stay connected, to get back in connection to your sacral, which is the strongest engine in the body.
Wow. I'm sitting here mesmerized because my granddaughter uses an awful lot, a lot more than my grandson. And it makes me think, oh, I wonder if she's a generator. I'll have to ask Beatrice another time.
Yeah. Give me her date of birth and time, and I'll check.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. Right, I'm just conscious of time, Beatrice, because we always like to keep this to 30 minutes. So have you got anything going on that you would like to share with the wonderful audience who are listening?
Oh, definitely. Well, I have to say that I'm quite excited to be able to share the outcome of my work in the last few months.
Well done. I'm eager to hear all about it.
Because my shop, Beatrice's Elixirs, Flower Essences by Design, is here to serve you. And thank you. And I'll put below the link to my website, to that page. So if you feel this discordance and you are impacted, or if you are in a conscious process of deconditioning, Beatrice elixirs are probably the right thing for you right now. They are not just flower essences, they are flower essences by design. They combine the healing powers of the flower essences with a human design decoded information from your chart, which I add to which I add my intuitive skills and the magic of Reiki. So this will kind of set the frequency in the background. They are flower essences are really powerful and complex and unique products, and they sustain. They are catalyzer. They help you get back to your true vibrational signature. And I have a freebie related to it, so please use the link that I'll put below, because it's a flower meditation and that complements my my elixir.
Is this the one that you shared with me a week or so ago and said?
Yes.
Well, all I can say is anybody who is listening, it is well worth it, because I listened to what Beatrice had done and oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. So if you're on the fence and it's the freebie, sign up definitely, because the meditation's phenomenal. Listening to your voice and you take us on a journey, it's just wonderful. So I love it. No, I'm really, really excited for you, because I know you've been working on this for a few weeks and months now, because obviously you have to wait for the flowers to be mature to be able to do the work. So yes, you've put a lot of effort into this one, and I think it's just going to be fantastic for you.
Thank you, and please let us know how what do you have there? What are you working? What do you have to share with us?
Funnily enough, and I only decided this yesterday. So a couple of weeks ago, I introduced a brand new program, which was planning my business year ahead. And it was a resounding success. The feedback has been out of this world. And I thought, well, that was done at the end of November. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it again in the beginning of January, and I'm still going to keep the same price. So if you,
that's 10 bargains, not one bargain.
So if you are interested in planning your business year ahead, planning my business year ahead, and going through, and I pour everything into it. I talk about email sequences and programs, and I talk about how to plan and what to do, and social media, and I share groups where you can go and promote your products and all sorts of things. It's a really, really comprehensive course, and it's only £25, and I'm going to leave it at £25. So if anybody is interested, I will put the link below when we finish the live, and then you can pick up on that. But you're the first to know about it, because I only decided yesterday. So I've just changed all the email sequence and landing pages so that it's all ready for the 7th of January. Plus, on top of all of that, get lifetime access. So you only need to pay for it once, and then you don't. You can get it all the time. So that's what I'm up to. But as you probably noticed, Beatrice, because my cupboard is usually not covered in Post-its, I'm actually now in another planning phase. Look, it goes right across the cupboard. I'm in another planning phase at the moment. So watch this space. More will be coming out as the year progresses. So yeah, I'm really excited for 2022. And the next time we talk, it'll be the new year.
Exactly. Yes, this is the last.
I realise that. Good heavens above. Well, in that case, and anybody who's listening, happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone. And let's allow ourselves to close this year knowing ourselves better and accepting who we are and loving ourselves first. Just trust the rest will follow.
Just got to trust. The universe has got it all laid out for us. Let's just trust. Beatrice, it's been an honour as always. Paige, thank you for joining us live. It's lovely to see you. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you, Paige.
Yeah. And I will see you in the new year, Beatrice, for our next episode. And I wish everybody a very happy Christmas and a very happy new year. Well, we wish everybody a happy Christmas and a happy new year. And we'll see you next year. Okay?
Have a wonderful time.
Bye.
Bye.